Okay. Hey guys, it's Caden, and I'm re-recording this intro just because I had the other one done in my last house, and the lighting was bad, the sound was bad, and overall it was cringy. And I'm gonna get these to be a little bit less cringy. I'm also gonna try to stop doing these weird things. You'll notice them. But anyways, we're in the rental house right now. I will get to that in a second because this is actually just the intro. I'm going to record the showing what the rental's like in just a second. But so yeah, this is on the channel the Bounty Hunter Brigade, and the reason why it's called that is just because I had a different Bounty Hunter channel and because I was obsessed with Star Wars, and so I'm just keeping with Bounty Hunter. And Brigade just means it's just a synonym for army, so come at me. But basically, this video is just about moving from Utah to Hawaii, and I'm I didn't record too much on the plane, but yeah, I had some recording of the last house, but it was just showing that my house was empty AF. I guess the only other thing that I mentioned in the other intro was basically that for this trip I had to wake up at 2:50 a.m. Did we wake up at like 2:53? You woke up a little bit later than me, I think.
2:30.
2:30. He's having Cheetos because we're having Cheetos for dinner. But basically, cause it's been a long day. Because right now it's 6:35 Hawaii time, which means it's 10:35 Utah time, which isn't late. But you know, I'm still rubbing my nose. I'm trying to stop that. But basically, had to get up super early and had to take all 4 of my dogs to the airport, do all the jizzy jazz, and go through 3 flights to get here, and it was quite the day. I'm probably going to talk about it more later, but yeah, I guess that's the intro, and I'll show you guys what it was like on the plane. Okay, so we made it to Oahu. We're almost there. We're getting close. We're all sweaty and stuff because right now we're going through all the crap with the dogs. They're in quarantine right now. We only get to pick up 3 out of the 4, and so yeah, we gotta leave Echo, pick up Copper, Bell, and Crash. But the problem is just barely. I had the idea. I was just like, yo, we should check in our bags before getting the dogs, so that way we don't gotta go through security with all 8 of our bags and the dogs, and to carry them all the way here. But that was kind of a mistake because my dad forgot the health papers. You got to show to the people to get the dogs out of quarantine, which kind of sucks. But they're going and getting the papers out of the suitcases right now. They got to ask for them, especially because they were checked and they're already being taken to the plane. But you can kind of tell. You probably can't even tell. You got to walk that way forever. Like the quarantine area is all the way on the other side of the airport. But I mean, we'll figure it out, and I guess I'll be able to show you guys a rental house in Big Island.
16 hours later.
Yeah, that was a total of 16 hours. We are actually in our own truck right now. Luckily, my parents' amazing friends brought us our truck, and it saved us a lot of hassle over.
And candy.
Oh, I forgot. Copper's in the back right now with all of our suitcases. Copper's back there. We got Copper. Echo's obviously gone. I got quite the story to tell you guys. I'll just record it later. I gotta tell you what the heck happened on the flight here. It was very scary and close, but we're here and we're alive. This is Amazeballs. Okay, so now I'm just re-recording right after the intro to show you guys the rental house because I haven't moved yet and I'm still right here. Basically, I'm in one of the only 2 good rooms. Well, good because my definition of good is with AC, and it is really weird how this place is set up. You'll see. There's the cute Copper boy. He's a tired pup. Like I said earlier, we left Echo to die. No, just kidding. He's sitting there for 2 weeks, and then we'll go pick him up. But there's only one TV in the whole place, which makes me sad because I'm a video game addict, and Brayden gets his Xbox hooked up there, and I don't, and so we're just gonna have to share. But basically, there's this room. This is one of the main rooms. You got to see what it looks like from the outside. I probably should get my shoes because it's really annoying too. There's this place right here. It's where a mat just was, and it's wet and disgusting, and you got to step around it, and it's really annoying. It's probably a little bit dark right here, but look, you can probably hear out in the jungle. We're right up. You know, it's just like the rest of the big island. There's a lot of like the jungle. Here's the makeshift garage. Basically, it's just outside with a cover on it, and there's our truck, and there's back to more Hawaiian jungle. Just the greatness. That over there isn't ours, by the way, which kind of sucks because I wanted to put my dogs in it, but it's okay. They can. I wanted them inside anyways. Okay, so now you guys gotta see how this is set up. Oh my god, I just stepped on that damn mat again. Okay, so basically. So here we are. So here is the main room. And this is really weird. You have to walk, there's a little main patio out here, right? That leads to a separate side off, the garage, the room we were just in playing video games and stuff with air conditioning, and then it also leads over to this connected little place over here. It's almost like, you can probably see a reflection. But it's almost like a weird tree house. But here's where the downside comes. This main place doesn't have any air conditioning, and it also has a dummy hole at the top, and so it's hard to air condition it. So we don't know. I think the plan is right now is we're actually only staying here a day, and then we're getting a refund, I think, because we're spoiled, and then looking for a different place. I'd be down to stay here just because there's still the 2 rooms with air conditioning. I'd be fine to sleep with my brother in the 1 room with air conditioning. The other one, there's one other one with air conditioning. It's the one that my parents are in right now that's split off to the side. I have my little dogs over there and there. But just really weird how it's set up. So like here's the bathroom. That's not weird, but it's a bathroom. And then so another thing is, all the water in Hawaii is free, if you didn't know that, just because it rains so effing often. Does this light would not work? Of course it doesn't. All the water's free, and so most of the times the fridge is hooked up to a water catcher, and the problem is we don't know if the water catcher here is a purifier, and it could be dirty water that's not good to drink, so we can't drink from the cold water in the fridge, which sucks, so we gotta have bottles of water. And in here, it is hot. Like, I am sweating from just being in here. It's gotta be, I wish I had a temperature thing. It is hot. Like, the air conditioning, I'm too used to, I was slightly getting used to it from being in here a little bit, but, so look, so now you can see right back out onto this patio thing to just see more Hawaiian jungle. It's cool to be right up against, some jungle-ish trash here. There's still people across and people through some of the trees and stuff, I'm sure, but there's there's cool geckos and frogs everywhere, and bugs, unfortunately. So this room is kind of similar to the one my parents are in, I believe. This was one that doesn't have air conditioning. Oh god, there's gotta be lights, it's so dark. Okay, one light. That's pretty dope. What the hell is this? What the hell, like, current? What the? I actually haven't been in here. I ain't finna play with you. Okay, so apparently there's a bathroom. And then it leads out the back. Which, by the way, I'm gonna go out back here again. So I'm trying to cool it off. Hey, look, there's your radio. You guys heard? That's actually a dope bed. If only it could stay cool in here, dude. I would get an air conditioner up here and share this bedroom with my brother for all I care. I'm gonna get out here though. Ooh. Okay, so and this is basically the backyard. This is supposed to be a quote-unquote backyard. So along with this place and a lot of places just don't have air conditioning. We're spoiled in the Utahs, apparently. And so they also don't have fences. And so it sucks having dogs, but I mean at the same time, dogs can stay inside, who cares? That's supposed to be a dog house, but to me, low-key looks like a chicken house, but that's okay. Like, no dog's gonna stay in that. Well, I need to investigate. It might have a gate on it. I'm not sure. I'll check, but I'm not gonna make Copper sleep outside in a stupid little dog house. So yeah, that is our rental house. It is not the best, and we are going to probably switch by tomorrow. So fun, because we have to. If you guys don't know, it's sad that I tell so many people I'm moving and what's all going on with the house and stuff, but sometimes I just forget to mention we have to stay in a rental for like a minimum of like a month until our house is done. And so yeah, we gotta stay in a rental basically. Our house has been under construction and the people that are constructing it are super slow. It's, to put it in perspective though, this main room is like a solid 4 or 5 degrees hotter in here than it is outside. And so I'll check what it is outside, but like, it's hot. It's stupidly hot. I'm gonna go back to my air-conditioned room and I'm gonna tell you guys a story, so 1 second. Okay, so now I can talk about what I mentioned earlier that I said was scary and really close, that my brother said that it made me sound like we almost crashed when we didn't. But it's definitely one of the most, if not the most, stressful moment in my life. Even though it wasn't that big of a deal, but I was making it kind of a big deal. But basically, so our flight from Oahu to the Big Island, which I should have, I'm pretty sure I filmed like the takeoff from Oahu just for fun, just to show you what the island's like, just because Hawaii's amazing. But it took off, it started boarding at 2:46 Hawaiian time. And we arrived there at like 11:30 or 12. We had plenty of time in between. But what ended up happening is because we had to pick up our dogs from the quarantine area is where it started getting super complicated. So basically, we were lost in the airport a little bit. We got food really quick, and then we're like, okay, we need to get the dogs, and we need to start getting to the next plane and all that jazz. And so on the way to somewhere, I told my dad, I was like, well, wouldn't it be really smart to check in all of our bags? Because we had 8 bags. And I told you this in the other clip, how you saw how we kind of got stuck at that building, and my dad forgot the papers, and he came back. And so basically we got out of there, and it was 2:05, and we boarded at 2:45 about. And so, yeah, it was 2:46 to 2:56. And so we got out of there at 2:05. And then I time-lapsed how long of a walk it was. It took 6 minutes just to walk from the frigging quarantine place to the check-in place. And so, God, how far is that? I don't want to do quick maths. If you walk a solid 3 miles an hour. No, that's not even that far anyways. Anyways, I time-lapsed it. It was still pretty far. It's annoyingly far that they put it on one end and then the other end. But basically, we go to check them in, and we just have Copper, Bell, and Crash. And this is after we already checked our bags in and stuff. And so we just had to get the dogs. And we wait in line forever. And then this lady just decided to take her sweet little time with every little thing possible with Copper. And I think it had to do with we changed flights last second to not only save money, but it had to do with something else. With there's some problem in less layover time. But basically, we changed flights at the last second, and I kind of effed it up. And so she had to do a lot. I don't know how much she actually had to do. She was an old lady that was going super slow. And it was 2:05 when my parents come out of the place. We get there at about 2:10. This lady wasn't done until 2:35. And so she took 25 minutes just to check a dog into a thing when we already knew the weight. We already knew everything that was going on pretty much. It just took forever. And so we're boarding in 10 minutes from them. We're already like, well, F. And then my dad gets a call saying, oh, your wife lost her phone somewhere somehow. Like it just fell out of her purse somewhere. And we don't know how that happened, but it fell out of her purse. Somebody found it. And they called us and saying, it's in the security terminal. You got to come and get it. And so we're already thinking, well, we're already 10 minutes from boarding and we're across and we haven't gone through security yet because you have to go out of security to get the dogs. And then you got to go back in to obviously get to your gate and to your flight. And so it was a pain. So we're already freaking out, and we just decided last second, we're like, okay, well, if we want to barely try and do this, let's split up. My dad decides to go and take a jog. His phone recorded that he just did 19 minutes of jogging/running to get all the way to the phone, because it was the far end of the airport all the way back to through security to get to our flight. And this is in 10 minutes. It's less than that, I guess. But basically, so we had to take Copper, and we're just going and we're sitting, and we're waiting because... And it was with this kid, and so this kid was helping us, and his English was not very good. He speaks what our parents' friend is called pidgin. He basically, like, you could not understand him. Like, one of the things that he said is, so are you guys vacation or go big home? And I was like, and he said it really fast too. Like, I barely understood, and I was like, no, yeah, we're moving here. And then he just went, oh. And he just kind of gave like a blank face, like he didn't even understand the word moving. But anyways, we had to wait for a TSA guy to come, and basically they just got to check the dog kennel, make sure that you don't hide a bomb inside the dog kennel with the dog. So we had to get Copper out, let him check it, get him back in. It took him like 5 minutes just to get over there. And then, so my dad already left, and my mom and my brother have no idea what to do. I was already told, okay, my dad called me, well, right after I called him, and he's like, okay, so just go through security and we'll meet up at the gate. And so I knew what I was doing, but my mom and my brother didn't get the message across. I should have told them well. And so like I just kept saying, follow me, and I was just in a rush, and they didn't really understand very well. And so that wasn't very good there. I was probably stressing them out. And so we get to security. We're all babies to have our dad do a lot of stuff for us. So like they, especially other papples, but we got through basically. And I directed us over to our gate. It was B2, and we're sitting there, and it stops boarding at 2:56, and already we're sitting, like, we were on our way there, and my mom and my brother have already given up. They're both saying, well, we'll just get a different flight, it's okay. But I'm like looking at my phone, I'm like, no, you don't understand, we can actually do this. And if we don't, the thing is all of our bags were checked in, and Copper down here, little doggo being cutie, was checked in as well. And so him and our bags would have just flown without us and stayed over in the airport, and we probably would have had another layover time and had to go get him. It would have been way more of a pain. And so we're out there, we finally get to the gate, and it's last second. I see there's still a line of people, and I'm like, okay, there's still a chance, but our dad isn't here. And so like, cause we split up, and he's sprinting to get my mother's phone and go back through security and get to us. And so like I said, 19 minutes of jogging. And the thing is too, is that's got to be hard for him because he's pretty out of shape, and he's a bigger guy. And so like that, I'm sure that was plenty of fun. And so we're sitting here, I'm calling my dad while he's sprinting, and he finally answers. He's just like, I'm on my way, I'm in security. And so he told us afterwards that people were like helping him. It was almost kind of like a movie. People were letting him butt and like throwing his shoes after because he like forgot them and stuff. It was like perfect kind of. But sprinted, and we were talking to the lady. I was talking to the lady, and I was like, okay, well, it's me. I'm with these other two people, and we're waiting for my dad. And so she thinks that I'm trying to board, and I'm like, no. But she just says, no, just wait. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's what I was gonna do anyways. But we're waiting. Everybody gets through the line, and this lasts. And so like, I'm sure it had to be 2:58, and she's like, no, like the last call is in a minute. Do you think he can get here in a minute? And I'm like calling him, and he's like, I'm 30 seconds away. And I'm like, okay, got it. And I'm like, she's like, okay, where's he at? And I'm like, he's 30 seconds away. And she's like, no, but where is he at in the airport? And I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't know this effing airport. He's in hall 252B. Like, what the like, come on. And but right then I was just like, no, you don't understand. He's like, right here. He's got to be somewhere. He's sprinting, because I'm just thinking we got to get on this flight, and we probably should have missed it. But basically, he came around the corner very last second, and it was super close. Very last people on the flight, barely made it. Everybody needed water, and this is, of course, so like part of the airport is conditioned, part of it isn't. It is so hot here. Like, the humidity makes it feel hotter, obviously, and we're spoiled with air conditioning usually, and so it was quite the adventure. We totally could have missed that flight and just had Copper fly off without us, and I would have felt bad, and it would have been sad. But we made it last second. It was so close. And then, like I said, when I was in the truck just barely earlier, I said, like, we got there, and parents' friends were already waiting for us, and gave us the truck, and even gave us like some goodies inside, and it was awesome. But then, like, we're always super happy, and then we get to the rental house here, and it's kind of not the best, but that's okay. It is Friday. Monday we gotta start school. I'm not 100% sure if I'm actually starting school or if Brighton's starting school, because enrollment problems. They wouldn't let us send the school documents to register or enroll over online. Brighton's school would, but mine wouldn't for some reason. Pretty stupid. But I'm gonna be car shopping here, and so that way I can drive to school, and I can drop this fool off. And I'm gonna have Cheetos for dinner, because that's all we have, because it's been a long day. But one last time, you see the Copper, and you see the me, and I think that's it, right? That's pretty much it. You guys gotta see what's going on. I'm gonna just show you guys our adventure of what this whole move's gonna be like. It's not exactly going amazing right now, but we've made it this far. But I'll see you guys later.